I'm doing an $8 million shark card giveaway over on my Twitter. Go check it out, link in the description. The new best and probably a little overpowered weapon was added with the Doomsday DLC in GTA Online. This thing is amazing. In my opinion, it beats the explosive sniper. It beats pretty much every other weapon in the game. The only one that can come close to it is the new explosive shotgun, at least in close quarters combat. But what this thing offers is not just killing people. It offers so much more. And that weapon, the Mark II revolver. This thing, if you're on console or if you're in an auto aim lobby, I would say it's a little overpowered. It basically one-shots everyone. It's insanely good. But that's not the only thing it does, because it can one-shot NPC helicopters, and it also can one-shot NPCs in those heists, the new ones, that have armor on them. This thing is the jack of all trades. And in this video, I will be showing you guys some examples of why it is the new best weapon in the game. Now we'll start with killing other players first, because a lot of people in the game like to PvP. Now with the Mark II revolver, you have a few different ammo types. The only three that are relevant are the incendiary, the FMJ, and the hollow point. And the hollow point, those are the rounds we are going to use for PvP. Those are the rounds that are good for killing other players. And I believe what those bullets actually do is give this weapon a 25% damage increase, which is a lot. Now what you're going to be seeing is us in Sandy Shores at the airfield. And the way we sort of tested this was each block in Sandy Shores, that's the distance, just so everyone can get a pretty good frame of reference. Now with the hollow points, this thing will one-shot people up to a pretty good distance away. After about the 8th or so block, that's when it didn't one-shot people. It brought their health literally down to 1, but it didn't one-shot them, so you did need to finish them off with either another weapon or with another shot. But you can see 1 block, instant death. 2 blocks, instant death. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, instant death. And this is a chest shot. This isn't a headshot. This is a chest shot. So keep that in mind too. That just shows how powerful this thing is. Now after 7, so about 8 or 9 blocks, that's when the drop off occurs. And even if you put on attachments, none of that changes it. So the attachments really are irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the ammo type, despite what those stats on the left when you are upgrading this weapon says. So for short and almost, somewhat medium, like short medium range, this thing one-shots. And in free roam, it may not be that practical, because when you kill people, they'll spawn medium to long distances away. So you will hit them, but it's not going to one-shot them. But this is insanely good for team deathmatches. If you have auto aim, and look, I'm on PC, I don't have auto aim, so I can't demonstrate that. But trust me, if you have auto aim with this in a team deathmatch, you're a god, because you can just auto aim, boom, auto aim, boom, auto aim, boom, auto aim, boom. They're all dead, because most of the time in a team deathmatch, you're in a closed or a confined area. Now the one weakness to this is body armor. My friend was only 1 block away with a full body armor, the heavy body armor, or like the super heavy body armor, whatever the best body armor is. He put that on, and I could not kill him in 1 shot. It did take 2. So that is how you can combat this. If you do see someone using it, or if you get killed by it, go ahead and put on a body armor, and then they have to shoot you twice. But the good news for people who want to kill people with this, I would say the majority of people don't actually have body armor on them, like readily available, so you will probably get a lot of kills with it. This also does apply to NPCs. It will do more damage, I believe, against NPCs, so that'll also help, but I really wouldn't use this ammo, at least, against NPCs. And the reason is because that leads us to the next ammo, the incendiary ammo. Now against other players, this isn't really that good. It will do a lot of damage. It's not going to really one-shot unless you get super, super close and maybe even hit them in the head. And the fire doesn't really damage players because it lasts for such a short time. It'll light them on fire and it'll take away a sliver of their health, but it's nothing that major. So incendiary, not so good for PvP. However, against NPCs, this thing's amazing. Now, against regular cops, it'll one-shot them, regardless of the fire. So the fire against regular, like just standard cops or standard NPCs, you'll kill them anyway. But the SWAT guys, those, it'll take 2 shots to kill normally. But with the incendiary rounds, you'll kill them or you'll shoot them, they'll light on fire and they'll die because of the fire. And I don't have gameplay of this, but in the new heists, especially in Acts 2 and Act 3, where you're going against pretty heavily armored guys, these incendiary rounds are lifesavers, because not only does it, like I said, take away their damage, but it makes them incapacitated because they drop to the ground trying to put out the fire, and most of the time it will finish them off. I know some of the guys in Act 3, they have an insane amount of armor. Those guys don't get one-shotted. It takes 2 shots, but that's still very, very good. Especially, like I said, if you have auto-aim. If you're on PC, you don't have auto-aim, it may be a little trickier, but auto-aim with this makes it godly. And also, I forgot to mention, the best part about the incendiary rounds, it has a 100% fire chance. You hit someone, they are lighted on fire. Now in the gameplay, you may have seen a few times I shot one of my friends when he was a little bit further away and it didn't light him on fire, but that's only on my screen. For whatever reason, he told me he was lit on fire, so I guess if they're a far enough distance away, you don't actually see the fire happen, but it still does happen. So that's the incendiary. Now the FMJ, this one really isn't as practical as these other two, but it still has an amazing feature. So the FMJ Full Metal Jacket is used for vehicles, and mainly the vehicles you're going to be using this against are helicopters. And you'll see in the gameplay, this thing will one-shot the tail rotor of any NPC helicopter. Now, sometimes it's a little hard to hit that tail rotor, so it may look like it takes a few shots, but that's just because I'm missing. But if you hit, if you're good at aiming, it will one-shot the tail rotor. And that's really good for if you get cops after you and you have SWAT coming, or on some of the missions, they have the super annoying buzzard helicopters that come after you. You can one-shot those, just shoot the rotor, it'll instantly fall down. And in any other sequence or scenario with NPCs in helicopters, the FMJ rounds will take them out if you hit them in the tail rotor. Now on player helicopters, just because I was curious, for most of them, it takes 2. For the Cargo Bob, for the Savage, for the Buzzard, most of those helicopters, it takes 2 to destroy the rotor. Some of them, like the Hunter and like the new Akula, they don't actually have rotors like out in the open. So those, it's irrelevant. It's not going to blow those up or destroy them. But the ones with the rotor like out, you can easily take them down if you get 2 shots off. Now for jets, I just wanted to test and see. It takes 3 apparently to blow up a laser. So I'm guessing it'll be something like that for some of the other jets that don't have armor. But this thing is great basically for taking out helicopters if you don't want to use your homing launcher, or maybe you run out of ammo, or maybe you just don't want to deal with that. You just want to have a little challenge. Use the FMJ revolver. But that's not the only thing it does, because it will 2-shot vehicles. If you hit the vehicle in the engine, it will 2-shot it. Now, if it's an 18-wheeler, it may take a little bit more. If it's a personal vehicle, forget about it. I think it takes like 14 to make it catch on fire. But for an NPC vehicle, a civilian vehicle, a cop vehicle, military vehicle, all of those, if you shoot them in the engine twice, it will catch on fire and destroy it. So to wrap this video up, we have 3 really good types of ammo for the Heavy Revolver Mark II. We have Incendiary, which is basically used if you want to one-shot the NPCs. We have FMJ ammo, which is really good if you want to one-shot helicopters or blow up regular vehicles. And then we have Hollow Point, which is amazing and almost overpowered if you want to one-shot other players. And keep in mind, all of these allow you to have 240 shots, which is a lot for a gun that has a magazine size of 6. So there you guys have it. That is the new best weapon, and maybe even a little bit overpowered on consoles. Don't know if Rockstar is going to patch this, but considering it took them like 3 months to patch the explosive sniper, I wouldn't count on it. Like I said at the beginning, the only 2 weapons that really could come close to this was the explosive sniper, and they patched that, so now it takes 2 shots to kill, and the explosive shotgun, which from a distance is not really that great. And this one just has more practicality because you have those different types of ammo. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Definitely if you're a team deathmatch player, or if you just want to test it out, load up a team deathmatch, put on hollow points with the Mark II revolver, and let me know what you think. That is it though. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more awesome GTA content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.